Hey everyone, Backyard Farmer Pat here. Guys, do you see where I am? I'm under my famous passion fruit vine. You guys have watched me and this passion fruit vine literally for the entire summer and fall as I've been harvesting passion fruit over the past, I would say 4-5 months. Passion fruit is definitely a must have in your garden. I mean, I had no idea that it would bear for this long. I first got this passion fruit from my friend 2 years ago. It was like maybe like a 5 inch seedling, and I planted it. First, it was in a pot. Then, when I moved to Backyard Farm 1 year ago, I put it in the ground. And guys, you see how much passion fruit I've been getting. So in today's video, we're going to harvest some passion fruit. The season is kind of dwindling down, so everything is beginning to dry up. And we had a cold snap Christmas week, so several passion fruit have been getting aborted. Like before they're fully ready, the vine has been kind of releasing them. So I'm going to harvest some passion fruit today, and I'm going to show you how I preserve my passion fruit, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to make the best passion fruit drinks. And also we're going to start some new passion fruit plants for the next growing season. So let's get started. Passion fruit time. Woo! All right. So as I mentioned, the vine has been aborting the passion fruit for the past, I would say, several weeks, maybe a couple weeks. And so every morning I come out and I pick up passion fruit. So yesterday I missed a couple days. So yesterday I picked up probably over a dozen passion fruit, and I've been in the kitchen preserving them. And it just occurred to me, hey, my people are gonna want to know how to preserve them. Let's show them. So I'm gonna even pick up the ones that are green. I'm gonna show you what I do with the green ones, and also there's some that may look a little bit. Oh, there's some over here. Even if they look a little bit shriveled or they look like they may not be good inside, I'm gonna open them up and test them. Cause what I found out is that even for the ones that look like they're no good inside, they have been pretty good when I cut them open. So we're gonna pick them all up. So the vine is definitely at the end. You guys remember how every inch of this passion fruit vine was laden with passion fruit, and now we just have a few lingering. So I allow them to stay on as long as possible, and then when they get aborted, they get aborted. So far I picked these much up from this morning, and I'm gonna show you what I do with these. Like, look at this one. This one has been sitting here for a while. Looks like it's rotten. We're gonna cut this open and look at it. I've been very, very surprised that sometimes I cut the ones that look like this open and they're still good inside, and they still are delicious. So let's see if we see any more here. So I would say maybe I have 20 left on the vine. Let's see. Well, actually more than 20. Here's what we have left on the vine. So we still have a good amount, maybe 30. Maybe we have 30 on the vine, if that much. All right, so I think I picked up all that I can pick up for today. Oh, I see one that I missed over there. So let me grab that, and then we're gonna go inside and I'll show you how to preserve. Okay guys, so we're inside. Just washed the passion fruit and added them to a colander I had with some other passion fruit that I already washed, and it was from yesterday. And here's what I've been doing. So a couple weeks ago, when I first got a big harvest, I actually froze some of the pulp in an ice cube tray. So this is a really good idea to freeze your pulp. You can blend it out, and when you're ready to make your drinks, and strain it. Another option is blending it before you put it in, because of course when you make your drinks, you don't want to have the seeds in there. Anyway, so here's what I've been doing. I'm gonna put the camera down, and so you can watch me what I do. All right, so here's what we have so far. We have the passion fruit. You can see some of it is frozen, and then here's a fresh passion fruit that I added this morning. So I have a new tray that I started this morning, and it's as simple as this. Get your passion fruit, cut it in two, and just scoop that goodness out into each tray. Guys, look at that. So good, so good. So each half fills up one of these little ice cubes. So even though it looks like it's a lot, gosh, look at that, guys. Look at that juice. Look at that. Even though it looks like it's a lot, each cup, each half fills up like one of the little sections. Well, of course, for the mid-sized one, if it's a really big passion fruit, it's gonna be more. So I'm gonna go ahead, fill this tray up. Then I'm gonna let you see what the ones that are all shriveled up, what they actually look like on the inside, and tell you what I'm gonna do with those. Yeah, so guys, this is something that I would absolutely suggest. Guys, look at how tiny this one is, and look at all that juice in there. And I'm gonna taste it. Woo! Woo! That one has a little bit of tartness in it because the skin had a little bit of green, but it is still delicious. Still delicious. Oh my goodness. Guys, 150% recommend growing passion fruit. If you're in a climate where you can grow it, grow it. As a matter of fact, I don't remember what the YouTube channel was, but I remember a couple years ago, when I first got the passion fruit, I didn't even know what it tasted like. I just got it because my friend gave me. And I watched this lady's video. She is up north. I think she's in Maryland or something. But she grew passion fruit, and she had hundreds of passion fruit. And every year she cut it back to like 2 feet. And then in the spring it grew back. So that's basically what I did with mine. When I moved here, of course 1 year ago. So it was winter. My vine had already produced. I only got like 5. But that's because I had it in a container. Then when I moved here and I put it into the ground, then it ended up producing, you can see, I literally got hundreds of passion fruit. So all my friends and family that passed through here left with passion fruit. But the good thing I like about it though, what I may like most about it is that it didn't come in all at once. I literally get enough passion fruit just to have a cup of passion fruit a day. I mean, of course, in the past couple of weeks, I've been getting a lot more. But with a family of 5, even though the boys aren't here, and being somebody who's, family pops in, I can always give them passion fruit when they come. So it's been really, really good. What I think I'm gonna do is next year, that passion fruit vine that's against the fence, that almost never bears or it requires cross-pollination, I think I'm gonna be uprooting that one and replacing it with a seedling from this passion fruit, because I'm all about putting food in that's gonna give me not just delicious, but give me high production. All right, so I'm gonna I still have a bowl of passion fruit. I'll do the next ice tray offline, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut one open now that had some damage, so you can see what it looks like. And there we have our 2 passion fruit ice trays, 1 and 2. So these are gonna go into the freezer. I'm gonna put saran wrap over the top and then freeze it, and then whenever I'm ready to make my drinks. So let me tell you guys how I make my drinks. You literally just pop out however many cubes you want, depending on how many drinks you're gonna make. If you're just gonna make like a couple, glasses of lemonade for someone, and you want to add your passion fruit, you can just pop out 2 or 3 of these cubes, and that's going to give you the delicious passion fruit flavor. Passion fruit is not just sweet, but it's sweet and tart, so you don't need to add any lime juice when you're making your drinks. I literally blend this up. I add my brown sugar. Sometimes I blend up a little ginger in it because I like that ginger undertone. And there are times when I even go outside, I may pick I pick some mint and I add mint to it and blend it up, and it's the most delicious drink. So that's an option. And of course, if you want to make it into a cocktail, you also can. Really, 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 really good. All right, so this is ready for storage, and it's actually a stackable tray. So this is ready for storage. You can get these trays at the Dollar Tree. They're $1.25. The Dollar Tree is now $1.25, by the way. All right, so here's one that looked rotten that I picked up, and here's one that also picked up from yesterday. Let me close this up so you can see it. So this one was completely shriveled. It looked rotten. It didn't fully ripen, but I picked it up anyway because I figured the chickens would have it. And guys, look how juicy and delicious this looks like. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give this to the chicken. But you know what? Let's give it a taste. Let's see what it actually tastes like inside, even when the skin looks like this. So I'm gonna give it a small taste. Okay, no, that one has to go to the chickens. It doesn't taste bad, but it is not good enough to make it to my bowl. So whenever you get these ones that are rotten and stuff, if you have chickens, give it to the chickens. If you don't have chickens, start seeds. Look at this. Look at all those seeds. So I'm gonna start seeds. When you're starting seeds, you want to take one that is fully ripe. Let's see if I can find one in my bowl. You want to start one that is fully ripe, and then let it sit on the counter for a couple weeks until it starts shriveling. Make sure there's no hint of green anywhere. You want to see the yellow undertones. I don't really have any here. You want to see the yellow undertone. You can see a little yellow on here. And then you want it to fully ripe and shrivel, and then you harvest these seeds. Okay. Passion fruit also grows very well from cuttings. So you can grow them from cuttings. You can also air layer the tree. So I kind of waited too long to air layer. One of my friends, Johnny, he came by and he did 3 air layers, and all of them took. It took like about 4 weeks, but all of them had roots, and so now he has 3 passion fruits right off my vine. I kind of snoozed, so I didn't. So I'll still try and do an air layer before I chop the vine back. I probably wait a couple weeks to chop the vine back, so I'm going to start a few air layers, but I'm also going to start seeds because, guys, I want to make sure I have lots of passion fruit for next year. And while this vine will come back next year and give me a ton of fruit, I think I want to get additional vines in this garden because this passion fruit was way better than I expected. All right, so a couple green ones also fell off. So look at this one, how tiny it is, but it still had pulp that is fully developed. So I think I'm gonna give this one to the chickens. However, I can also use this it freezes. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna freeze these too. I'm gonna add the pulp to it. The green ones, of course, are gonna be a lot more tart, but I don't mind because remember I said I'm not gonna add lime to this, and I can add sugar. So and it's still gonna have that delicious passion fruit flavor. So even the green ones I'm gonna preserve, and I'm gonna add to my my shake. I mean to my ice tray. All right, so these are ready for the freezer. Here's all the ones that I cut up, and here's what I have left, and here's what I had from yesterday, along with a couple of June plums from my brother's tree, and a star fruit from my brother's tree, and some tamarind. All right, so let's go ahead and plant some seeds now. Let me show you how I plant my seeds. Chick. Yeah, chick, 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 chick. Come on. Yeah. So they'll get a chance to enjoy the passion fruit. All right, so I got 2 two pots, and I filled it up with, well, halfway with just some regular potting soil. I'm using Kellogg's. You guys know I love Kellogg's, so I'm using Kellogg's raised bed and potting mix. So this is good for raised beds or potting mix. So I didn't buy anything special, just a normal Kellogg's. And then here I have my passion fruit. I'm going to use the one that was starting to get a little bit rotten. You can even use, if you have any dried up passion fruit, like I just checked on the tree, under the vine, and I had this one like completely dried up. You can even use the dried up ones. So it's as simple as this, guys. Spreading my seeds out across the top. I'm doing this one-handed. Spreading my seeds out across the top. And then I'm gonna sprinkle some more potting mix on the top. And guys, planting passion fruit from seed is that simple. I would say within 2 years, I'm gonna have passion fruit from these seedlings. Just a very light sprinkle. You don't wanna bury it too deep because it won't germinate. So once you've done that, let's do a rotten one. So this one is completely rotted out. Completely rotted out. You know what? I'm not gonna use this because I'm not sure what the state was before, but you see it's full of seeds. Let's use this one. Isn't quite dry yet, but the point is, guys, you can use dried or fresh passion fruit. You don't have to wait for it to dry out. You can use dried or fresh. All right, so look at this. These seeds are underdeveloped. You see how white the seeds are, not black like the other ones. So you don't want to use anything where the seeds are not developed. So I'm gonna dump this. I totally forgot that I had this one on my windowsill. I'd eaten half the other day and kept the other half to grow seeds because it was super ripe and very, very sweet. And the seeds, as you can see, the seeds are fully developed. You always want to plant passion fruit where the seeds are fully developed. So as I mentioned, you could easily do this with dried passion fruit. You don't have to wait for it to dry. But if you somehow you get one that's dried up, that somebody gives you like a passion fruit, an old passion fruit, somebody, you might go to somebody's house, they may not have any fresh ones, but they may have dried ones. You can do that. So let me spread my passion fruit seeds out and sprinkle some soil. Let's take a handful of soil and sprinkle, and that is enough. That is enough. That's all she wrote. All right, water it in, soak it well, because sometimes when you water, you only water in the very surface, so you're soaking it in well. I'm gonna go place this in my greenhouse. Make sure that when you water it, you didn't uncover the seeds. All right, so let's put this in the greenhouse. And these are everything else I have right now. I kind of put several plants in here to try and save it from the freeze. So I'm gonna stick them in here. And guys, don't forget to put the date. I'm gonna put the date and that passion fruit in here so I can remember what I planted. To be on the safe side, I also took some cuttings off the passion fruit vine and put some in soil and some in this vase of water. Usually they can grow well from cuttings. I haven't grown from cuttings. The one passion fruit I have, my friend gave me from seed. But my sister-in-law took a piece of my passion fruit and hers grew from cuttings. So I know it can grow from cuttings. So what I'll do is keep it in the jar. When it starts rooting, then I'll transplant it out into the garden. Ideally, I should have done this during the growing season. Now it's at the end of the season, but it's all good, Hopefully it will take, and I'll know within maybe another month or so, a month to 2 months. It's going to take a while to generate roots. But as long as the tops are green, we'll be good. What I've done is removed most of the leaves. I probably cut these leaves in half and just leave like one leaf on top. You can see here, this one has a little bit of growth pushing, but this is a fresh cut. So what I'll do is remove the lower leaves and just leave one leaf on each and probably cut the one leaf in half. So guys, I'll give you an update as time goes on to let you see how it does. Be sure to keep your cuttings in a warm place. Right now it's winter, it's January. I'm in Florida, so right now it's a warm day, but I know it's gonna drop to the 30s. So what I'll do is I'll probably keep the vase in on my kitchen window that gets sun, and I'll leave a couple of these out here in the greenhouse, but I'll also keep one on my patio just to make sure that at least a few of them survive. And if they do survive, guys, this will be in my Etsy store in probably by March when they root. So you guys will be able to enjoy the wonderful passion fruit. And the wonderful thing is, these are from the actual mother plants. So you saw how much my passion fruit bore like for several months. So you guys will have an opportunity to have the same passion fruit I have in my garden. You'll have that in your garden. All right, guys, so that's it for today's video. This video was brought to you by Backyard Farmer Pat and the baby chicks. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this inspired you to go out and plant a passion fruit vine today, or plant whatever it is that you love to eat. Just plant something today, guys. Plant a seed. I know it's winter now, but you can start your seedlings. You can start your little plants in pots, and in the spring you can plant them out. Anyway, guys, till next time. Bye now. Fascinated by that empty jar.